And good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, and welcome to our 10th anniversary stream. It's great to see everyone here tonight. I'm Jay Scheidel, joined in the booth by a plethora of people. We have Danny, we have Franklin, we have Sunny, and we have the man himself, Introper. GG's everyone, and welcome.
Technically, we can blame Introper for all of us being here, period.
Hey, we'll have a chance to do that in a minute.
There you go.
But we have a ridiculous flag set going on. The runners were all kind of looking at what they had going on here, and this is going to be interesting. So before we get into some stories and some other stuff, let's talk briefly about the chaos that we have going on here.
Okay, well.
I was saying, behind the scenes, Odoron, myself, and a few others were kind of putting this thing together, and our goal was to showcase as much change and as much going on with this as we possibly could. So, first thing to note is there is a gentle runner's agreement among everyone tonight. So you're going to see everyone's favorite, the slow boat, all the way until they cross the first orb. So hold B, we go putt-putt. After the second orb, we can promote. So we gotta go fight Bahamut to promote. The third orb, we can finally use the airship, and airboat is on, so maybe we'll see that airboat come into play. And then I changed it from what Odoron had originally, but the fourth orb used to say, go finish the game, you dummy. Which is pretty accurate.
But instead,
anything in there that you guys think just sounds absolutely stupid, apart from the slow boat?
so
Auto sword inventory being turned off is cruel. It's just cruel.
we haven't gotten there yet, but yes, auto sort inventory is turned off. Welcome to 2019.
Oh, welcome to my worst nightmare.
I'm not even playing and my hands hurt.
When was that flag added? Does
You didn't
anyone
even
remember?
combine it with the auto multiple heal uses.
They're off day.
Oh,
I didn't even get
they're-
to look at the party compositions. Oh yeah, Fizzle is picking
mean-
White Mage. Okay, there we go.
That's how
How'd
you know
work?
things are being crazy. But I see another person waiting for us, so 1 second. We'll pull. There's GG's Meridian.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the chaos that's about to ensue here.
Yes, it's really exciting to have this randomizer be 10 years old. It feels like just yesterday I was worried that Entroper was going to kick me out because I was bothering him so much about how the whole thing worked and everything. But I'll save that for story time.
Yeah, just to kind of hit on the basic flag sets as this thing goes along in the background. Why aren't they walking? We forgot to do that one. But, you know, slow boat will be a thing.
Didn't realize
Yeah,
that
so-
was an option. Cripes.
Some of the highlights will be mid-Topher 2 paths, so we'll have the chance to do that. Scaling's not too shabby. Separate HP scaling might be on here. Pretty much vanilla locations. Nothing going on too crazy here. Mazza, Power Gauntlet, Power Staff, Ribbons, all incentivized. All overworld edits, all overworld locations are gettable by the boat. So we've got Northern Docks, Bahamut Cardia, Lethane, Gaia Mountain Pass. And yeah, we're seeing a newer flag here. The Lava Anywhere.
Well, I think this one is actually set to only Temple of Fiends.
Can we do that? I thought it was just random.
Yeah. No. So they.
Yep, I see. Yep.
They tri-stated add damage tiles, and then if there's damage tiles, it's only
It's
going to
Temple of
be
Fiends.
Temple of Fiends.
I'm so
Which-
glad it rolled.
I honestly thought it was just going to be Temple of Fiends Revisited, so I'm really glad I'm not playing this now. This is just ridiculous.
Since we won't see it for a second, I remember that being a newer thing. Like, it's in the beta right now. Do you guys remember, like, whose brainchild is this for the
That's
damage
actually
tiles?
mine. And that was actually a really fun thing to work on. It's something we talked about for like so many features, something that somebody brings up years and years ago. And then I kind of get the idea to work on it. I remember watching a YouTube video so many years ago about how Minecraft works. And I remember they were talking about using Perlin noise for the terrain generation. And
Oh.
for some reason that just came to me one day, and I'm like, I wonder if like I could use that in some way. So I started researching Perlin noise and stuff like that, and it ended up being just the perfect solution for making these like blobby shapes all over the map. So I added it to everything. But when I first implemented it, I was like, oh no, this is like as slow as ProcGen Overworld. I'm gonna have to like pre-compute the tables and stuff like that. And then over the course of debugging it, I switched an inner and outer loop round and got a performance improvement of like 1 million. It's always fun to find those kinds of bugs. So yeah, now it happens instantly. But no,
awesome.
that was a lot of fun to work at, because until I actually saw it working, I had no idea if it was even going to be feasible. But yeah, that was how long ago was that? That was less than a year ago, definitely.
I was say it's still in the beta, so yeah, it's got to be not fairly new, but fairly new.
Hey,
And-
early slow boats. Early slow boats. Let's go.
Oh,
It pains me. Oh, it pains me.
I'm so glad I'm not playing this, dude.
Hey,
I love it.
just be glad they're not walking slow. I mean, the first
Yeah.
version of the Rando didn't even have turbo walk.
You know,
just say,
it'd
I never
almost been funny. Like I've never, thank goodness, as much as I have loved my time here, speed hacks were a thing when I rolled around years and years ago. Although I am now very curious as to how the walking speed turned down would affect my wheels sprite. Like
Oh.
how slow were those wheels going?
Well, the first couple of races that I watched were about 4 hours long.
Oh my.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we got a little bit of time here. Everyone's just kind of doing normal, basic, early stuff. We saw a vanilla ship. We saw a couple other things go on. What in the green earth here caused you to take Final Fantasy and randomize this craziness?
Oh, I can tell you exactly what it was. It was watching people play Zelda Randomizer and also watching Feasel do Final Fantasy speedruns. Those two things were happening at the same time, and I was like, hey, what if I took this and put it together with that? Basically.
I mean, checks
Hey,
out.
I mean-
It's very similar. I remember Sonny here. We were into the LTTP also one, watching it, and he's like, "Did you know that they randomized Final Fantasy?" I'm like, "No, that game can't be randomized. What are you talking about?" I remember
Well,
fighting
and
with him
what-
for like a day.
What was really
Yeah.
fun about it too is, spoilers, I've never got my hands on Final Fantasy Vanilla. Like I never played it growing up. It was nothing I ever got to experience. Jay, on the other hand,
I've got 2 copies of the cart on my desk right now.
right?
I only have one cartridge, but I have 2 copies of the Nintendo Power special issue.
Nice. I will.
One of them
admit
is missing a page.
Oh, nice. But this is a little bit of a teaser for later, but one of these copies is for the marathon this summer. So, hey, if you're interested, marathon coming on up. We'll talk about that later. So, early days, what was like chests the first thing randomized? Key items? Like, where did we begin with this thing?
The very first thing was definitely treasure chests, and the very, very first playtest I ever did, the first time that I produced a ROM and loaded it up in an emulator and played it, I went straight to Temple of Fiends, went straight to the first treasure chest, opened it, and it was the floater. And it
Wow.
did like the
Again.
yeah, it did like the special, you found a key item thing without, I didn't do anything special to the randomizer to make it do that. I just did that, and I was like,
Right?
oh my god, this is amazing. And of course, right away, I thought, like, I didn't know how randomizers worked. Randomization was a totally new thing. There weren't any randomizers. And so I thought, oh wow, the floater, I can go get the airship, I can do anything. And immediately I realized I can't
Oh.
go get the airship. It's in the desert. So yeah, like everything followed from there, and I was like, wow, this is how randomizers work. This is awesome.
That's awesome. And it's awesome that like airship was the first thing you found because like it's what everyone's
Yeah.
looking for.
Hmm. Yeah, like instantly the most powerful thing, but I couldn't access it yet. So
Yeah.
classic
and
randomizer.
Pink Puff in chat. Yeah, we learn by doing. I can only imagine. Like we learned so much just by breaking the game, and then like, hey devs, we found this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I can only imagine.
There's so much in the game that like we had absolutely no idea. Like the Castle of Ordeals, you have to have the crown to step on the teleporter, the first one, and then like Temple of Fiends Revisited is locked by the Mystic Key. Like who would have
Right.
ever known that was a thing, right?
You can't
Or
use
even
that
the
for-
reverse sea room is locked by the key, which is just bizarre and random. So yeah, all kinds of stuff like that. Like Sarda won't give you the rod if you haven't killed the vampire, even if you have the ruby and you get to him. He's like, hey, who are you?
What are you doing here?
Well,
Get out.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of a spoiler for a second. All of those things won't happen because we have all the
Yeah.
basics turned off here in a moment. So I got to fix some stuff with Fizzle for a moment. Give me 30 seconds here.
It'll be
Yeah, in the
entertaining
race
to
we're
see.
watching Fizzle die a lot in ice while everyone else dies a lot in marsh. So it feels very, very on brand for an FFR experience.
Well, we'll get sound back in just a second, guys. There's apparently some weird stuff going on with the Amazon servers and Twitch and whatnot right now, so bear with us as we push through technical difficulties. Something that's never happened on FFR, ever.
Only every time Jay and I are on the same comm team at the same time. Like
That's rude. That's accurate, but that's rude.
you did not hire me to not be rude. That was not just written out in my contract.
Wait, you're getting paid?
That's
No,
what I was
I'm
about
not.
to say. You're getting paid?
Wait, who's getting
It's a
paid?
toothless contract. That's why God there's a contract.
I just want to say I never thought I'd see the day when people were complaining about auto sort inventory being off because when I first did it, I mean I want to say that our racing our racers used to be, I don't want to say more puritanical, maybe more traditionalist, and
That's a good way to put it.
That's a very nice way to say what you're trying to say.
They didn't.
It wasn't
Yeah,
well
they didn't
received.
appreciate change being foisted upon them. And I
mean,
swear I did every convenience that I did, I only had casual play in mind, but then it ends up being adopted. But no, I remember people complaining when it was first introduced, and like 4 or 5 years ago when I first floated the idea of auto retargeting melee attacks, just
Right.
the vitriol that I got back
Oh my goodness.
caused me to not do it. And then when I came back from my most recent hiatus, I'm like, I've been here long enough that I probably have enough pull to just do this.
Do it
and
anyway.
people can get over it.
Well, and I joined right at the auto sort inventory. Like I joined right before it became a thing, and then all during that. I'm like, just seeing this happen again with the auto retarget and stuff. It's like these are like the milestones. It's like, were you here before auto sort inventory? Were you here before
Right.
this?
I was honestly shocked when I saw auto retarget. I was like, oh my god, somebody actually did it. Like, of course, people have asked for that, but
It's one
why?
of the many things. Is like I was fine without it. I'm a little sad now when I go to swinging something and then I realize it's not on. I'm like, that is a good flag. We should always.
As someone who is very, very bad at running the randomizer, I love both auto sort and auto retarget, and you can take them from me when I'm dead.
well, all the other Final Fantasy games have it, so it does kind
Right?
of
Yeah.
out of place without it.
I think my claim to I've been here this long as I've been here since it was only buy 10 was the big option. We could
Right.
buy 10 at a time,
Yep.
not by quantity. We were doing it. We didn't have to do it one at a time. We could buy them 10 at a time.
Yeah,
I
these
see
quality of
Phoenix
life
asking
things are.
if Fizzle gave up on life, and I think what happened is he realized He was actually running with a white mage and decided best to just go ahead and stop while he could.
It looked like there might have been tech issues. I actually saw the channel, like the voice channel, fall off for a second and then back up. I'm getting him back up in just a second.
I can confirm that his white mage that is named what? That was the first thing that came out of my mouth when I saw he had one. So that what?
What?
Well, he did say he was making party choices that would leave us all confused, and I can confirm that white
Can
mage did
confirm.
baffle me.
Yeah. No,
But-
excuse me.
One of the things we joke about a lot, and I know Oslotto and I joke a lot about this one, is like just how many different features we have in this stupid randomizer. Have any of you counted up how many new flags there are? And like, holy crap, guys, what?
I can
Oh,
only
it's-
count to 4.
You can only count to 4. Well, the flag string keeps getting longer and longer and longer. To the point where, like, we couldn't put it on the title screen anymore. So,
Right?
I probably should admit this as an admin, but I couldn't tell you what all flags we have if my life depended
Oh.
on it.
oh, neither
Same.
could I.
Not
No.
even like I don't know where they are on the page. I can't find them. I'm horrible at reading them. Quite often I'll go to play something and I'll have Piz on a call and just be like, do me a favor and explain these to me.
What is this?
Because it's
Yeah,
there's so
last-
many.
the last couple times I wanted to add something to the randomizer, I was in my own Discord asking people, "Hey guys, how does this work?" Like,
From a programming standpoint, there's about 740 options that can be
Oh.
toggled.
Oh,
I was like,
That's how
what-
many. That's how many variables are in the flags
dish.
file.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Fizzle was
Wild Ham
visiting.
saying in chat 500 a few years ago. So yeah, I can only imagine.
Mm.
Oh yeah, it can't be understated how important Dish's disassembly was to this entire project.
It unlocked
I wouldn't have,
basically everything.
yeah, I wouldn't have been able to understand basically anything that's going on in the ROM without it.
Yeah, the first several versions, I didn't have the disassembly, and so I just had, I could move bytes around, like I could move treasures around and stuff, but we couldn't do like programming until we had that disassembly, and once we had that, it was off to the races.
Yeah, talking about things we never thought we'd have, but for a different reason. NPC Shuffle was one of those things that we were talking about for a long time, but a lot of us didn't really know how to do it. I think it took Steven Septimus coming along and working on that to finally be able to get that, to have NPCs give you items other than their vanilla key item.
Yeah, we were talking about that for a while, and he just came out with a patch, and he had a version that had it, and I was like really skeptical about what it was going to do to the game. Like, was this going to be fun at all? And the first time I watched it, somebody was playing, and they were in Gaia, and they went to see the fairy, and she gave Excalibur, and I was like, "Oh, the Lady of the Lake."
That's awesome.
It was beautiful. I was like, "Okay, yeah, this is the best thing ever." Immediately flipped on that one.
I
So
love
you're
that
telling
one.
me
No, yeah.
beautiful ladies distributing swords from pawns is a system for redoing. It fell apart.
I don't know- yeah, I don't know
I'm
about-
sorry.
I don't know
I was
about-
put on the spot.
we
I don't know
got
about
it.
governments, but for randomizers, absolutely.
Well, a
Okay.
newer flag that was just kind of shown off on Leaf screen. I think they ended up bouncing out there. But some of our new alt themes. This is one of the newer things I know that's been added. I know Oslotto's been doing a lot with it. I know Oz wanted to be here tonight, but was not feeling too great. Were you guys involved? Like, do you guys know anything about the alt themes? Like, what's going on here?
No.
Nope. Okay.
No, that was basically Oslotto's brainchild.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was helping him with the actual programming part of it, because originally he was just doing the art and the stats and stuff like
Right.
that. But no, and he's just kind of went to town on that. Like, how many are there? There's got to be like 200 or something now.
I know I counted up the winner circle, which is what we currently have right now, and there are 10 within the winner circle. But yeah, this page is forever long. So
yeah.
I can only imagine how many. And yeah, for those wanting to know in chat, the fiend that we just saw on Leaf screen was Nimbus. That was added by Mechlin when they won a tournament.
I believe that is their cat.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. We like
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so the winner circle one is anyone who's won a tournament or has a champion role. One of the things you can add to it is an alt fiend, and it goes into that winner circle pool. So we have everything from Mechlin's cat to Will's to whatever else is going to be in here.
So we must have gone back to retroactively to past tournament winners and asked for their contributions, right?
Yeah, we've gone back to a couple of them, asked for a few that have won in the past, and then really just anyone who's won any of the leagues, or if you won co-op or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the things you can put in, or I know at one point you could do like layout. There's a bunch of stuff that they were doing as like prizes, and then I think here recently it's just been most common that most people are like, nope, I'm putting a fiend in.
I won an alt fiend. Ella, especially when we were able to get the winner circle itself being a thing.
Right. Okay. We have people going to Sarda and Earth. That's our update for.
That's our tracking update.
I've not been clicking buttons. I've been distracted because it's been a long day, and Danny or Jay have been saving the tracking stuff. So shout out to them.
It's the one thing I've consistently been good at around here. Pushing buttons.
Aww,
and damn, are you good at it?
Nothing else.
You've done more than that.
Oh, okay. So that's a rod in Titan's Cave. Shannigan's about to be very sad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I know that's turned off to get past whatever. You have to like talk to the vampire to get started. So yeah,
Yep.
Fizzle doing that check burst, getting the rod. It's going to make this a one dive through Earth, which is real nice for Fizzle, real sad for our for Janigan.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
A more recent feature that Entroper added was mentioned in chat involving the chest sprites.
Oh?
You got
It's
very beautiful opened boxes as of the latest major update.
as
Oh,
someone
yeah.
whose memory has gone to the birds in recent years as I've become an elder lady. I love that flag because now I don't have to double guess all the time which boxes I forgot I opened. It's great.
That was what I noticed when I tried to play my own randomizer. It was like I can't remember what I've done and what I haven't done. So I need this feature.
What's funny to me is I keep forgetting it's on because my brain doesn't pay enough attention, and it goes, okay, you have to go open this box, and this box. And I'll walk into a room that has like one of the linked chests in Swamp or something.
And it's open.
And it's already open. But most of the time when I'm opening the chests, I don't recognize that the sprite is changing. I'm just checking it off in my mental checklist, so I don't even look at it. And so I walk in the room and I'm like, why are these chests two different sprites? Oh, right, there's the flag now. Got it.
Well, it's so helpful now that like Archipelago is a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And you have some of these long-term asyncs. I know we did, Sunny and I just finished up with like a 2-month async that we did. I don't remember what chest I opened back in December. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh man, yeah, that's
And
pretty
yeah,
crazy.
so, you know, something you go, you play like 15 minutes a day, to work its way through.
Oh!
There's...
Well, there was an agreement with everyone on stream that they were going to find the worm mecha in a box that was not marked, so you had to look for it to get the Mazza. Well, surprise! It was in a box in Earth.
We found a war chicken. So with
Oh, dear.
with some.
Well, maybe now
fun
we know why Fizzle's no longer in Earth too, because
Right.
his stuff kind of halted. He was buffering for a few.
Ooh,
Shock of the
key
Wormack,
and ice
maybe. I'm not
incentive.
sure, but
Nice.
yeah. Oh boy.
Please
is
tell you
not
that's guarding the
guarding the
rod.
rod.
It is not. But I believe it is guarding in it. Well, it's guarding the Mazda. Duh, it's guarding an incentive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's must. Yeah.
But everyone on stream has agreed that they will take on Wormack. So now or later we're getting that fight. So
We're gonna see 4 chickens destroy people.
And I'm just looking over and seeing Shanigan putt putt, and I love every minute of this. So evil. But yeah, with seeing the robot chicken, seeing some of the sprites that we have changed, like I want to ask you guys, like, what's your favorite like visual change? I know Map Derp is a favorite. I know some of the new like chicken sprites are a favorite. Like, is there something that's been added that just makes you chuckle every time?
Confused old men. I see my future in front of me. It's
Yeah,
like
that's been a
looking in
long
the
time
mirror,
favorite.
only it looks better than
mine.
I do. Sorry, go ahead. I know you weren't asking me, but I'm here.
No,
Fizzle was
all those
legit
sprites that
excited that was on today.
all those sprites that Barber has done recently are just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at that, I have no concept of how to even start doing something like that. Yeah, no, I did Map Derp just because I got it in my as soon as somebody posted a picture in chat of like Temple of Fiends repeatedly being zoomed in on, and I'm like, that kind of looks like it's got a snaggle tooth. And so my idea was put googly eyes on it, and I couldn't stop laughing at the idea. So I just did it and committed it. But that's like so low effort compared to the work that Barber's been putting in to like do alt versions of all the sprites. They're just amazing. Like I'm in awe of that kind of artistic talent.
I know Barber's
Yeah,
in
I
chat
mean, yeah,
right
check out
now.
the beta. There's so many.
Yeah, Barber, I know you're in chat. How many of those extra sprites have you been working on? I've seen like just palettes and pages of them. You have any idea? See if he gets here in a second. But
I mean,
yeah,
I might be a little biased, but I am a little fond of the radioactive spider on wheels that he made. They're good.
I'm a
Oh
big
my.
fan of the TMNT sprites for the main party members.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Although because Meridian's here, I feel like I need to. I know it was never meant to be a sprite, and shout out to Ken who actually made it a sprite. But for those who don't know, and now that it's an alt fiend and everything else, Wheels, my sprite that is now well known and rolls around and now has the fiend named after them, was the creation of Meridian. It was just a thing he made me. It was like a little perler that now has a life of its own. So I will always be very, very thankful to Meridian for that.
Well, thank you. The reason it was never a sprite to begin with is because I'm not good at pixel art, and the what I ended up coming up with is bigger than could fit in a sprite, and I don't know. I didn't know how to shrink it properly, so.
I still have the perler that you made that was wheels, and like the art that you gave me is like, well, this was the base artboard in case you can never find it, because I had the idea after you gave it to me, and and there was someone who isn't active in the community, hasn't been for a while, but they did sprites and stuff, and I just messaged them one day, and originally the idea I was gonna have them work on something else, my other sprite, my Gundam, and I was like, hey, hold on, I got a question. Is this possible to make this work? And they got back to me like 5 minutes later and it tweaked it, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then once they were able to make it a map man that actually rolled, happiest girl in the world. But like none of that would have never even been a thought I had if it wasn't for Meridian creating the original art for it. So
we have
There's a button
Pink Puff
right
calling
there.
out in chat. Oh. Pink Puff calling out some of the favorite cosmetic changes is the food and instruments, and I have to agree with that one. I can't play
Yeah.
with them both together, but I've got to play with the multi-instrument Sarah. It's just a favorite.
That's one of mine too. I think maybe my favorite instrument is still the hurdy-gurdy, which I laughed
The one that
so
comes to
hard
mind for me
time I
too.
ever saw it.
It's so ridiculous.
To
wanna
just
say-
cap off an earlier.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. To cap off an earlier conversation about what we were having about the what was it, the opening chest sprite. I know, like in recent years, Entroper's kind of taken a backseat and let other people kind of do the bulk of the randomizer. But every once in a while, he pokes his head up and like almost as if to save us, and does something that nobody else could quite figure out. Like the earliest one that I can remember happening was fixing the menu crashing when you went in too many pillars and ordeals. It was a Stack Overflow bug.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he popped up and fixed that, and then there was Airboat and the opening chest sprites, and there's a couple others. So it's always exciting to see that
Hey.
he's working on something new, because probably something I couldn't do.
That Stack Overflow, I was really motivated to work on that because the randomized teleports in ordeals was one of my favorite features.
Right.
And I was annoyed seeing people getting stuck on that.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
What we miss?
Fizzle got the war chicken kill and with a Bane landing, and it's a Mazda -3.
Oh,
that's
nice.
awesome.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
that massive high immediately into, oh no, this is a butter knife.
Yeah, he was throwing out many holds and banes and whatnot, trying to get through that Wormack, and then a Mazda 3 popped up. He just sat there for a second, like, really?
Poor expert.
There we go.
But yeah, my strategy early on was, I think one of the best traits that a programmer can have is being lazy, and
Yep.
that means
Certainly can be.
I got an automated build set up very quickly because I was annoyed at having to build the thing, play it myself by hand, and once that was set up, it became a lot easier for other people to contribute stuff to the randomizer. So that was pretty cool.
It's orb, and I got beat to clicking the button. Okay.
Well, speaking of things that like Entroper shows up randomly and drops in, and I know you guys have worked on this a little bit. Music. I know that's still like the bane of existence here on like the trying to get new music in here and everything on this. But I remember like what was it, 2 years ago or something? It's like there's a new build out and there's a secret in here somewhere. Someone find it.
Yeah.
And it was the Airwolf theme for the floater,
Mhm.
you know. But like, what is up with music? I know people have asked for a long time to try to get new music and try to do things, but I also know it's just a pain in the derriere.
Well, Entroper did the first new song, so I'll let him talk first, and then I'll talk about what I did.
Yeah, so I figured out just by again reading the disassembly like how the music engine works, and then from there I literally hand crafted the Airwolf theme just like in Notepad. I just like wrote down what the notes were going to be and how long they had to be, and then from there like put it into a hex editor. So it wasn't complicated in terms of building tools. It was just like very, rote, like this is this byte and this is this byte and that kind of thing. So that was straightforward. I remember Meridian, you worked on the music shuffle. That was like the first music feature, was shuffling the music. And the first time I tried that, I started the game and spawned on the overworld, and it went It's like every time I try a brand new feature for the first time, it's amazing.
Can I just talk about that for a second? Yeah, when
Go.
My introduction to the randomizer was I saw on Twitch. I think I had just discovered like GDQ or something, and I saw this Link to the Past randomizer, and I'm like, oh my god, randomizer, like that's so amazing. And the next day I'm like, I wonder if there's a Final Fantasy randomizer. So I looked it up, and I'm just in awe that like there is one, and there's looks like a nice community. I didn't know what this Discord thing was, so I signed up and joined the Discord. And over the next month, I proceeded to continually bug Entrepreneur more and more just about questions I had about the thing. Like, I really wanted to contribute, but I didn't have any idea how, and I had absolutely no confidence in my programming capabilities or whatever, and I was scared of Git. But I ended up trying to do something, and my idea was the music shuffle, and I got that working. I remember the first time loading up the first feature that I ever worked on, and just all the music is wrong, and it's just, I'm laughing my ass off because it's so funny. I remember the first person I saw stream with it, they wiped, and they got the like, you beat chaos, game over sound. And it was just hilarious. So yeah, that's the very first thing that I ever worked on. But as far as the new music now goes, my setup was not all that much more sophisticated from Entrepreneurs. So yeah, it was kind of this thing that everybody talked about, like, oh, wouldn't it be nice? But so much work to try to do that, because the FF1 music engine is very inflexible. And remember, I guess this is kind of a side story, but I've been playing board games at a friend of mine locally with a couple people that after we had been hanging out for a couple months, I realized that the guy sitting next to me was Oslodo. which is really funny in itself. But one day I had this like, the whole bubbles meme was going around with the mermaid and stuff like that, and I got in my head, like, oh my god, it would be so hilarious if you got to the mermaid floor and it started playing Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid. And I remember it was one of the, like, when I got that idea, he was the only one that I really told before I had released anything. And, like, of course he laughed at the idea. I had kind of a mock-up of it, but then, like, I wanted to get some kind of full featured thing, so I think I proceeded to work for like 60-70 hours over the course of like a week, just staying up all night trying to get this pack of music. And I was going through and looking at classic games, seeing what might fit, what could be possible in the FF1 engine. But then I was like, I planned out the song in a MIDI sequencer, and then I could take like single bars or 2 bars of it at a time and run it through this janky as hell Python script that I had, and then put that into a tool that I found on some random GitHub that would convert a MIDI to text, and then process that into something that was completely off time that I then had to fix up by hand. It was a lot of just hex editor, counting bytes to write the loop pointers in the right place. Yeah, it's a complete pain in the ass. Like, I understand why nobody else has ever done this, but yeah, I finally got the whole pack of music out, and I don't really want to go back to it ever to add more until like, who was it ADR who had started doing that little graphical music viewing or editing thing that cool. Yeah, like, if that was ever like finished, like I might go back to it then, but it's really painful. Like, some of the limitations are you have 6 tempos to choose from, and
well, there you go, Twitch chat. You want more music? You come make the tool.
Well, that's the way it's kind of been with the randomizer. Like,
yep.
If you want something added to the randomizer, like, you're welcome to come and do it yourself. much like lots of open source.
The world is your oyster.
Yeah,
like,
but now,
that's...
Barbara and I are.
Go ahead.
Doing a new soundtrack, but it's like at the bottom of our list of to-dos on the randomizer. So if you want to get music that doesn't happen in a year or two, come join us. The process is very difficult, but it's a good time still, and it's worth it.
Do you like to suffer? Would you like to suffer more with other people?
Do we
Sorry.
have a place for you?
Discord.gg/Final Fantasy Randomizer.
You don't
No,
have to
we're-
suffer making music. You can suffer running the game. You can even just suffer tracking the game. It's all suffering. This is why I don't work in marketing.
It's not all suffering.
Someone
it's
found the
not.
airboat.
Yay.
Yeah, Marini, you briefly mentioned it, but one of my favorite community stories, like, is you mentioned the way you and Oslado met. The way we found out it's also, I don't even remember who I was in the voice chat other than myself and Oslado, but he was like, "Oh, Meridian." I was like, "Wait, you what?" He's like, "Oh yeah, so I was just hanging out at a friend's house, and there's just this other guy happened to be there, and I mentioned I was leaving because I had, there's something FFR related he was leaving to do, and he mentioned FFR, and he was like, this guy's like, wait, did you say FFR? He's like, he was like, so yeah, I met
Yeah.
Meridian. I was like, you've got to be flipping kidding me. Just
I-
randomly at the same person's house up in Nova Scotia, where there's like maybe 3 community members out of the 2,400 there is
Right?
here, and
Yeah, and one of
Wow,
those two
okay.
is like 400 or 500 kilometers away from here.
Mhm.
We just happen to be at like a 5-minute drive from each other.
There does seem to be a high density of Canadians associated with Final Fantasy Randomizer.
There is. We're very slowly taking over.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we're polite about it.
I wish you would speed it up.
Bye,
Yeah,
Pug.
we got Saracen now on board. He's newly inducted into the being an honorary Canadian. And
Oy.
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple of places where there just feels like there's a large cluster of like FFR people, and then just like no one else around for like ever.
yeah.
Yeah. No Phoenix. No Phoenix. No Phoenix.
I know at least one person has gotten a job in real life based on connections they made from Final Fantasy Randomizer, so that's nice.
Right.
Oh, nice.
I mean, technically, I kind of did too, unless you were talking about me, but I don't think you were.
No, I was.
No, we're
That's
not talking
cool.
about you, Danny. Go away.
I was gonna say, I don't think that was a me thing, so that's cool. But I technically, so did I.
Well,
Yeah,
now I
think
know
I've
at least
heard-
2 people.
I think I've heard stories about. I want to say it was Saracen who ended up like manages new members and helps train them in like an online community type thing. When he was a Duckling Dawn,
Nice.
Yeah.
it's like yeah. I mean, it's managing the intake of new members and training them up. Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
I have no clue where we are on the
I've
race.
been doing that too.
Yee.
Like,
What, putting it
I've
on your
been
resume?
Pretty public about how I'm. Yeah, public about how I'm at a community college about to transfer to university. I put FFR related things on all of my applications. Contributed to open
absolutely.
source, providing commentary in front of lots of people, etc.
That's excellent.
Well, they are legitimate skills that you're gaining by doing this. Like just because it's just for fun and most people would think it's just like a toy hobby kind of thing doesn't mean you aren't improving some marketable skills.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Like when you guys were getting me started with the themes of the elements and adding features, I made a lot of mistakes with version control, but you guys taught me how to do the forks correctly, how to do the different branches correctly, and that made me a better leader in my robotics team when we started using more advanced Git functions.
Well, let me tell you something about that kind of thing. Like the first 2 or 3 years I was working on FFR, I was so terrified of Git that like most of my early features are actually committed under nits because I was so scared of Git that I would give him my source code files and he would deal with all that. That's why there's so few commits from me from back when I first started working on it.
Understandable. I also am not a fan of anything related to it, and I haven't done anything public, so.
Oh, the other big thing that Entroper kind of stepped up and did that was kind of just a game changer was moving us to an MMC3 mapper, which allowed us to increase the size of the ROM,
Oh, yeah.
double the size of the ROM. That was that unlocked so many things because we were scrounging for like 2 or 3 bytes here and there before that. There was so little space in the ROM that it was hard to add new features.
It was really tough. Like there is not a lot of free space in the FF1 ROM. It's very, very limited. And we went through a number of iterations on that. Like we tried to use MMC5 at first because that seemed actually more straightforward than MMC3 because it's like more of a similar mapping, but MMC5 was not very compatible with some of the like the flash carts.
Yeah.
And even though like I think they had firmware updates you could get that would make it work, but people didn't want to like flash the firmware and potentially brick their flash cart. So yeah, but MMC3 ended up working great, and the person who helped me figure that out and helped me do it was Dish himself, actually.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was on the romhacking.net forum. I posted there. I was like, "Hey, we're trying to convert, FF1 to a different memory mapper, and I'm having these issues." And Dish saw that and was like, "Oh yeah, you just got to do this." And I was like, "Oh, awesome, thank you." Holy
wow,
crap! By the way,
I don't think I knew about that.
Yeah.
But of course,
That was
once that was up and running, there was like a huge list of things that we always wanted to do that just required more space.
Yeah.
One of the first things that we did, Nitz and I actually collaborated on adding the stat tracking, because that was something that I saw at the end of other randomizers. When you beat the game, it'll show you like, oh, you took this many steps, took this much damage or whatever.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to do that, but there was just no room for it.
I loved that in Link to the Past randomizer. When I was like, "Oh, we should have that." And then of course, someone brought it to FFR, which is great.
Yeah, back then it's funny.
Bonks.
I was intimidated of working on any of the graphics, like displaying the tiles, and I remember telling Nitz like, maybe you can do that. I'll do this easier thing of like managing long jumps between banks and using the extra space in the ROM, which now, when I think about it now, is ridiculous. Like, there's actual documentation about graphics. What I was doing was way more just, I don't know, arcane. But no, that was one of the first big things that I did with somebody else. And it's figured out all the string formatting and everything to display the stats at the end. That was a lot of fun to work on, I remember. And of course, then after we had the free space, and it just kind of snowballed from there. Mm-hmm. That's about when we got the second controller hard and soft reset to make things easier for hardware players. It's when we got a lot of little features I remember adding.
I remember back before we had MMC3, one of the most fun features that I worked on was something that like doesn't really even matter that much, but it was just better turn order randomization, because the way that the game decides what order you're going to go in battle is just really silly.
Yeah.
And it turned out that like improving that used less code space than what was already there. So you didn't actually need to like jump out to a different place in ROM. You could just like do it right there in memory. So it was great. I didn't expect that result, but it worked out that way.
There's a couple things in the original ROM that are pretty inefficient that could be rewritten to be smaller.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Yeah, and I mean, is there anything that you know that you rewrote that made it just like, oh, hey, this is way overly complicated, Nasir?
Yeah, that was one of them. Like the original algorithms just did 16 random swaps, and that doesn't really effectively randomize it. And it also is more swaps than you need to do to like mathematically effectively randomize it. So the new one runs faster, uses less code space. It's much better. But of course, like you can't blame Nasir because he didn't have Wikipedia to tell him how to do a Knuth shuffle. Like,
But didn't have 30 years of work to go on? What?
yeah, exactly.
No.
No,
We're
it was a
not
very
judging,
different
we're
context.
critiquing. There's a difference.
Well, I wanted to move to. I've got two more things here really quick, but like new features and stuff that were added. Maps like ProcGen Overworld. We had Pink Puff was on in chat a second ago about Deep Dungeon. We now have Nova World. We have like the Desert of Death and all this. Like, how did the new maps come in, and like what was the thoughts behind them? Like, do you guys know like what all's going on there with the maps?
It's not something that I worked on at all, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't actually have much knowledge about the map gen stuff. That was, I think, of the last 10 years, the time that was being worked on, I was like the least involved in the randomizer at that point. So that was something that I came back to, and I was like, wow, look what you guys did.
Yeah, chat is saying that Tetron did the ProcGen Overworld.
And for anyone who's come back recently for the stream or is kind of new to the server, Tetron passed away this year, so we had a memorial stream for them earlier. But yeah, I know that they had done a lot of it. I just wanted to bring like of all the things that have changed. Like I think map edits and especially the Deep Dungeon, especially the Nova World, just really changes how you play the game.
Boy, doesn't it?
Yeah, all the little map edits kind of they weren't all done at once. They've kind of trickled in over the course of like 8 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
But the ProcGen Overworld, I think that was all Tetron, if I remember correctly.
The map edits were so wild of an idea, just to like remove a couple of mountain tiles, and you can now traverse the entire southern continent by foot, and canoe. But yeah, like that was just a huge game changer in terms of opening things up.
Dark Moon saying in chat, we had so many open progression edits at one point that we were talking about closed progression.
We're not suffering enough anymore. How do we make it worse?
Yeah. People suffered so badly in some of those early tournaments, like before we had like lock working and before like enemy stats were balanced at all. Like it was absolutely insane. If Chaos had 255 evade, you were really stuck. You were in a hard spot.
The maps, just as a lull here, early open progression is off for these guys. So you cannot go from Ice Cave down to Volcano. Those mountains are back. Danny,
I always have to remind myself that like those mountains are in fact there in the vanilla game.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. It throws me off when I see them.
Yeah, same.
I was just looking at my kind of ideas text file with all like the things I'd like to do if I had the time, and there is something you would classify as a closed progression map edit on there that I want to do eventually.
Is Chanigan self-immolating? I mean, literally self-immolating?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have a boring belt, so it's trying to kill off everyone useful. I'm sorry, I'm leaking again.
Oh, there's so many things in FFR history we could talk about. Like, remember when it was just a given that there would be like a 30 to 40 minute black belt grind. So we filled it with Agama facts and anything else that we could come up with to talk about.
Food
time. It's the biggest challenge. Biggest challenge for every single commentary team was, all right, are you prepared to fill the grind space?
What did you have for dinner? You know?
Let me practice my comedy routine. Yeah, just anything.
Well, luckily, chat was really like experienced at that, because the same thing happened with like Fiesel's vanilla Final Fantasy speedruns, because that
Mhm.
was obviously even slower doing the same grind. So yeah,
Yeah.
we had lots of experience passing the time. That's one of the most fun
Oh.
things about watching is just chat interacting.
Well, Odoron gets to promote now, and by gets to promote, I mean is promoted. Because
we
I learned a thing in the pre-game chatter about some of the flag sets we have on. Do you remember those, Jay?
Yeah. So we have removed tail, which you would think that you can't promote. But apparently if Fight Bahamut is on, it takes priority over the removed tail. So if removed tail is on, you just go talk to Bahamut and you can promote after you fight him.
In fairness, that is a thing at least a handful of us learned today.
I think most of us learned it today. I
Yeah.
learned it like a day or
I
two ago.
learned
There
that
was an
today.
LL flag.
I learned that today, right after Fizzle learned that, and Chanigan learned that today.
Well, when you got 700 features, it's hard to keep track of how they all interact with one another.
Very
Yep.
true.
Like,
Especially
is
when
it
it's something you
potentially
don't play.
700 factorial interactions?
Something, the best features were originally bugs or otherwise unintended interactions.
I'm
To be
sure
fair,
it's-
that could have been an intentional interaction.
Well, yeah, of course. I'm just saying,
it'd be even better if it wasn't, though. Well, the only other major change that I can think of, just kind of going through the history of the game and whatnot, and I don't know if any of you guys were majorly involved in it, but how have you seen the archipelago and this multi-world thing? And we can go back to co-op too, if we want to go back to the Lua script. How did we get multiple games working? Anyone work on that?
So I did co-op. I can talk about that, but
Okay.
if anyone has any archipelago insights, feel free to step in.
it's magic. That's what I know from my little work on it. Anyhow, go ahead, Meridian.
I only play AP. I didn't really do any work on it.
No, but you created co-op, which is the best way to play FFR, and I will die on that hill. I've been saying it for almost 7 years now, and that has not changed.
I did, and that's kind of in the vein of one other thing that I did want to touch on at least a tiny bit this stream, and that's the work that I did with Falconic on the challenge seeds during I think of myself as someone who doesn't really have many original ideas, but I get great joy in making other people's ideas that they think are impossible actually happen. And Falconic is a guy with a lot of ideas. So when he took over doing the weekly challenge seeds, he kind of messaged me one day and he's like, hey, is this kind of thing possible to do in the randomizer? And at the time it was something really, really simple. So I'm like, oh yeah, of course. And I did it, and I think it was something so insignificant and so fit for purpose that I didn't want to put it on the beta site or anything. It just wouldn't make sense. So I spun up a local server and ran it there. And over the coming months, what would happen is I'd start to work on a new feature that nobody had any idea about, and Falconic would kind of integrate it into the challenge seed. I remember shuffling the overworld enemy zones is one of those things that I clearly remember doing for the first time on a challenge seed. So people who had no idea what's coming spun up this challenge seed, go to try to encounter an imp and get our Anklios or something like that. And just the number of WTFs in the challenge chat was really amazing. But yeah, so I had so much fun doing that. And actually, co-op was technically Falconic's idea. He messaged me one day and just said, hey, is there any way it would be possible to have two people share items? I'm like, oh, I don't know. That sounds like I don't even know what you'd need. You'd need some special emulator or something like that. And he's like, oh, okay. But then my mind kept going. I didn't sleep that night.
Yeah.
And 9 a.m. the next day, I give him a link to something, and he's just like, oh my god, did you actually? I'm like, somehow, yes. And it was just the jankiest piece of crap, but it did let two people over a network. There were so many things I did for the very first time there. Like, I had never used Redis before, but it was like such the perfect solution for like just caching these games on a network and stuff. And of course, you couldn't do everything in the Lua that BizHawk supported, so I had to have the little .NET application to the side. I'm still not happy with it. I'd love to rewrite the entire thing. But yeah, somehow it still blows me away that people still like to play it to this day, to the point where they have tournaments about it, because to my mind, it's still just, I don't know, like an idea that I never really finished. Like, I don't know. I'm really honored that people like it so much that they still play it and everything. But it was really something I expected there to be like a challenge seed around, and then we'd forget about it. But
Like so much of FFR. Boy, this really got out of hand, didn't it?
So, I know I've read these to Meridian before, but it feels important given what we're talking about. So, as everyone knows, Fizzle taught me how to play and literally did it like school. There was lessons, I got letter grades, the whole thing. And about 3 months in, it reads, today's lesson, the Nightmare Frontier. And it's like, today we're going to go over the hierarchy of the randomizer. People say there's 3 sites, but technically, on special days, there's 4. And then he goes on to explain, the live side is the safe option, then there's the beta, and then there's the alpha. And then he's like, there's a 4th server. A server in which a mad dev admin lets a trickster god whisper in his ear to craft features unseen prior to, and sometimes ever again. We're talking, of course, about Meridian server. And then, and this is where he gave me the challenge seed. It was something that Falconic had thought up, Meridian had brought to life. And he goes on to explain, like, all the things in it, and, like, there's so many new flags that he's listed, and client bosses, like, all these things. And then, trying to find where it was right after that. It took me, I think it was Unleashed Warmac was about the time it came through, but I remember all I sent him, so every time I'd finish a seed, I would send him just kind of a screenshots of what my levels were, my gear was, and all this thing, and I finally get through it, and all I sent him was 28 Warmacs, my brain hurts, and a screenshot of me finishing. And then his reply is just, oh Jesus, but you did it in 4 hours, because it took me that long. But yeah, it was quite something, those the things that you and Falconic used to come up with.
Used
but
to?
yeah, I remember. Well, I mean, back then, I mean, they still do, but like back then,
Honestly,
especially someone who was still learning.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was a thing.
From what I know, this server is not closed down, because I remember something about a Bridge of Destiny maze that went on forever.
Yeah.
And then was missing a tile.
it wasn't missing. That's the way that Falconic wanted it. He actually wanted it worse than that. I pushed back. I should have pushed back harder, but you live and learn.
Yeah, it took me a second. I lost it scrolling through all the things, but yeah, one of the things that Fizzle said, and he's like, yeah, I gave you a challenge seed. He's like, this is a bit of my bad. He's like, but you know what? And then there's an adult word. F it. Some of our best runners were forged in the fires of some of the catastrophically fun BS Falconic and Meridian crafted in their secret lab.
I don't remember most of the craziness that we actually came up with for those challenge seeds.
Actually,
I just remembered that it was like it can be really fun being like evil in a way that other people, like you have to subject other people to sometimes.
I'm actually having a bit of a fun idea. So I hadn't thought about it when I'd looked at this before, but the way Fizzle broke down the flags for me, and I'm just looking at this one in particular, it says what flags are on, what the settings are. At least one of those we could almost certainly come very close to recreating. That could be fun. Sorry to anyone who gets that thrown at
If
them,
we're
but
swapping stories about some of our early times in FFR, I think Jay's gonna groan when he hears this one.
Uh-oh.
I don't remember if a lot of the setup with it because I'm old with a bad memory, but I remember when I was working late one evening, and I think it was Jay that sent me a message and said, "You're gonna have to watch FFR tonight." I said, "What's up?" He said, "No spoilers. I only know enough to know you have to watch tonight." And I was listening. I don't even remember who was on commentary. I don't remember what was going on, but it was some sort of special race. I don't even remember who was racing. But what I do remember is after, I don't know, an hour and a half, some period of time about halfway through, everyone stopped, saved the game, swapped rounds.
Oh no.
And I just remember that being the wildest concept that I'd ever, had to experience as just as a viewer. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's great. Now I'm stuck here.
Yeah, I think that was one of Falconic's crazy ideas that he wanted to do
It
for
was.
a long time, where
That's
people
yeah.
get halfway through the race, stop, make a save state, send those save states to other people, and then you continue playing on from somebody else's progress.
The
Yeah.
the best part of that race, for me anyway, sadly not everyone got to hear, was the two runners in that race were Fizzle and Shadow Walker. So
Yes.
they were in a
Yes.
voice chat together, and Shadow's stream had audio. So when Falconic goes into their voice chat and tells them to save the game where they're at, and then what they have to do, because they didn't know,
Yep.
Yeah.
the reaction was hilarious. What was funnier was you had to go to Canaria to save, and that's where the next person would start. This was Fizzle had parked the boat up by Matoya, so when he gave his ROM to Shadow didn't know.
No.
And it's just wandering around and just yelling at Fizzle, "Where'd you park the boat?"
Dude, where's my boat?
I would give. I think there's at least a clip of that, but that whole VOD, I cried. I laughed so hard.
It was great. I was,
It was
at work
fantastic.
dealing with so many people trying. It was the end of the day, and I'm trying to shut the place down. And I've got this stupid thing in one ear, trying desperately to clean up and do it without dying in the middle of the public lobby, laughing so hard. And now I get stuck in the commentary booth, so
And you love it.
maybe.
While we're talking about people who aren't on comms who had a hand in the randomizer, I'd feel horrible if at least one of us didn't mention Wildham, who has
Yeah.
kind of just volunteered to be the glue that holds us all together these days.
hmm
I don't think I was around when I was on one of my 2 breaks from the internet when Wildham first came around. Were any of you around when he first showed up?
I was. I
Already
say
here when I got
it's
here.
ancient.
I'm a recluse, so I couldn't really tell you. Probably not.
I just look at his GitHub commit history, and it's like double the
Impressive.
number of commits that the next one of us has, and the fact that he does the Mystic Quest randomizer too.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, he deserves all the credit in the world for the work that he does for the randomizer.
I remember watching Fred playing the Quest randomizer, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool that this exists." And then I think I saw him finish the game, and in the credits it was like Wildham. I was like, "Oh my God, Wildham!" You did this.
I recognize that name.
Yeah, exactly.
Which honestly, for me, like I never played Mystic Quest growing up, and I had Jay and a couple others have played it, and I'd seen them other people messing with it a little bit, and then like I hadn't really looked into it. It's like it doesn't sound like something that's going to randomize that well, etc. From what I understand of the base game. And then at one point, I just happened to be bored one day and go look at it, and I go, that has Wild Ham in there. Okay, this is a good one. Done. I'm gonna go try this now. Like that was all it took to convince me. It was like, oh, okay. I recognize several of these names. Let's go.
And not only,
I think it really, like,
sorry, go ahead.
as far as NES games, I think clearly the best one to randomize is Zelda 1. But Final Fantasy is unbelievably randomizable. Like I thought that it's going to be a challenge to get something fun, but like holy cow, you can do so much with it. And I mean, it goes to show that you can do so much with it because of how much everyone has done with it. There's what did Meridian say, over 700 different flags at this point? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I imagine when you first get the idea, you aren't thinking of all the things that we'd end up finding out that we could do,
Right.
like entrance shuffle and Proc-Gen Overworld, and just the craziness that has been come up with.
Oh, there's all the lava. I just noticed it for the first time.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep, Perlin noise, baby.
So we all blinked, and Shanigan is in Temple of Fiends, ready to go.
I was
Oh,
afraid
boy.
with some of these renounced things being off, this would take forever, but nope, they're showing us why they're here.
Yeah, Bar was saying in chat who else bot development has been invaluable. I'm struggling to remember as much as I can, but I know that there's a lot of contributions to the randomizer that I've just forgotten the details of, because it's like there's been so much that happened with the randomizer. So if anybody else has any ideas about that kind of stuff, please let us all know.
And
Well-
if we somehow all collectively miss you, please realize you're still appreciated, even though we all
Oh,
have
100%.
the memory of a water sleeve or something like that. Because, oh boy, this has been here for 10 bloody years. That's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
It'd be
And-
really
the
is.
understatement of the decade to say that it was not a group effort.
That's what I was about to just say is, like, if you look at the credits afterwards, or if you go check out like who's contributed things on it, there might be a name that's only on there once or twice, but that doesn't diminish it, because oh my gosh, all the stuff that we have on here and all the things that are just like, hey, this might be one little feature, but it completely changes how we play, or this might be one thing that then evolves into 3 more things. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, along with Botham and Chad, I know Life Reboot, who's and someone else who's contributed to the randomizers also in chat, but also Wadham mentioning Retro Fanman, who was responsible for like blur sings and whatnot, and like I cannot remember the last time I played anything
Without-
FFR that didn't give me a weapon or gear or a character that didn't have, a blur sing of some kind, a plus minus next to its name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, calling out.
I'm
Mad
being
Martin and
reminded
others.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm being reminded that Mad Martin did our current sanity checker, which is the part of the randomizer
Oh man.
that actually walks through the entire game and verifies that it's beatable. And
Yep.
it sounds like the kind of standard thing a randomizer would have, but the flexibility that gives us, like internally, it basically plays the game. So we can do any kind of edit and just hand it to the sanity checker, and if it works, it works. Like there's nothing that has to be hard coded about there being like a crown in this part of the world or anything like that. It's allowed a great deal of flexibility and creativity.
Well, and on an administrative side, on the backside of that, I cannot think of a time that someone in like Seeds in Progress or someone's messaged us on the Discord and actually found a broken seed. Like, occasionally on the beta, occasionally on, like, spin-ups we'll find one. But, like, on the actual robust randomizer, I don't know that we've had a broken seed.
Yeah, and a
Yeah,
lot of
it's
that is because of
extremely
the
solid.
sanity checker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So just shows how much it is. Because I don't know how many seeds get rolled a day. But just knowing how many that we roll a week with this and how many that we go, and that knowing that that's just the racing community, not just someone rolling up 7 that they're going to play this weekend or something, you know? So I can only imagine.
We're probably
we-
the
It has
last
only
piece of
happened to me
software.
once.
We're
We
probably the
definitely had
last
that-
piece of software that doesn't track telemetry, so we don't know.
We definitely had
Yeah.
that happen early on in the randomizer, but it was mostly things we didn't know about the game. Like the things like this room is locked by the key. Like we didn't know that until it happened. So yeah,
Yeah.
rules that we
But-
didn't know the sanity checker needed.
A little bit of actual race stuff here for a second. GG's to Shanigan, who took down Fun Dead, a new favorite alt fiend. Okay,
Yay!
not favorite. Well,
Oh yeah,
So
the
this
alternate
is what
final
we can do,
bosses. That was Nit's brainchild, I believe. The alternate final bosses.
Yep. And I think Shard Hunt may have been as well.
Oh yeah.
It was from that era for sure. I don't know if it was Nits, but it was from around the time that the two of you were working on the randomizer.
And I'm never gonna let this die. I still think they should have been called Orblets and not Shards, but I lost that battle. So
Well, they can be called lots of things, right?
yeah, I
You're
know.
allowed opinions.
Oh, we've got no shortage of opinions here on FFO.
Oh, definitely not.
There's a reason I'm only allowed on commentary in very short amounts.
what, we're gonna start talking percentages here? Like how the white mage always gets hit in the back row? I swear,
fine.
and
Fine.
you guys who know the
All right, which way does Fizzle go?
Ooh.
He's going right.
But I swear one of you guys hid in the background of the code somewhere that if white mage must hit. Like, you can tell me no, but I swear it's back there.
I didn't do it.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? All right, so it's what, 22.5% or some nonsense for either the back row to be hit? Fine. That's a lie, but it's okay. I'll accept the lie that doesn't work. What I hate the most are the insta-kill spells that never work if the runner is named Sunflash. I don't know how that has been hidden in this. I've gone through the code. I can't find it. Well played.
You can
whole
do almost
crack in it-
anything with Lua.
With Lua, yeah. The whole white mage being attacked by Kraken thing, that was something I was gonna try to do for a challenge seed. to have Kraken
That's so
only ever melee the white mage. It just
That's
turned out to be
rude.
way too much work to be worth it. It's something I might
hilarious.
resurrect in a couple of years or something, but I swear that is actually just superstition. It's not in the game.
That might be the only pull request that I ever reject.
I remember getting so upset one time that, after a run about Kraken 2 or TO2 or somebody, that Jay himself actually stepped back through my entire run and did the math for me, and it mostly checked out, and I still think he's a liar.
Yep.
Kraken is the one and only Kraken 2 to be specifically is the one theme that finally broke me. When I started playing, no matter what got thrown at me, no matter what the seed was Fizzle gave me, and boy, there was some. I never forfeited any of them. It didn't matter how long it took me. I never forfeited a race. I finished everything, and I played that way for the first, it was 4 or 5 years. So I saw some things until there was a winter tournament qualifier race. And that Kraken 2 wiped me like 16 times.
Oh no.
And I finally said, you know what? Maybe it's time for my first forfeit.
But speaking of seeing things here, I did see a Shanigan pop in here. GG, Shanigan.
Hello. I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
No, you're all good. We're just telling stories. How was
Yeah.
that for you? I will tell you,
Oh.
we don't have the questions that we normally do because we were.
That's
kind of
fine.
watching. But
that,
how was the race?
not gonna lie, that I was expecting that. But no, that was fun. That was fun. I said some things to Oldron since he made the tags.
Yeah, for
I had
anyone.
noticed
And,
that
oh boy, do
you
I
guys
love.
were all in the voice chat together, and I was wondering how spicy it was getting up there.
Oh, that was funny, but no, it really shows how the randomizer evolved in the years, like Slowboat, auto sort inventory, like.
We were talking about Slowboat earlier and commenting that you should be glad that Slow Walk wasn't on.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
God.
Slow walk makes slow boat feel fast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, it does.
Have you ever tried to play vanilla and get into a battle and your character like takes 2 steps forward and it takes so long for them to do that?
Yes.
And you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
when I was 7.
no.
After I got into the randomizer here, this was like during COVID. I'm like, I'm gonna pull back in my cart. I'm gonna go play it. This is fun. Oh my gosh, no.
Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a dumb idea.
It's rough.
Yeah. No, I can't play the vanilla anymore.
Well, these days I get cranky when I play the Pixel remaster and I don't have a fast forward button on my controller.
Well, speaking
Like
of
when
being seven,
I'm testing stuff, I'm running around at like 16x speed, just trying to get from place to place. Because it's probably the 1000th ROM I've spun up that day, right?
yeah. Yeah, no, speaking of being 7, I played this at a friend's house after I finished the 8th grade. It was like that summer, and he was moving away, so we had like a party before he moved. And we played this game the entire night. We pulled an all-nighter, stayed up until the sun was up. We got all the way to defeating Tiamat, but we did not finish the game. But yeah, our party was 3 fighters and a red mage.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a choice.
I remember when I played as a kid. I was maybe 7 or 8 max. Getting the TNT and blowing up the canal, like I thought that was the end of the game.
It's a huge milestone.
I'm
Isn't
like,
it? 'Cause-
and yeah, I'm like, wait, there's more.
yeah, I mean, you got to get through Marsh, and then you got to get through the whole fetch quest, and
Yeah, I know.
Athos and all
I
that.
remember Marsh taking me forever. Like,
yeah, Marsh is
it's
tough when you're 7 years old.
Yeah.
Marsh is
Marsh
tough
is
when
tough
you're 35
when you're
years old.
not. Yeah, I was gonna say Marsh is still tough.
It's funny Jay gives that exact number because that's how old I was when I joined the community, and I never played the vanilla game. I was friends with Gregory before like this. We were here thanks to Abamwe Lake, and I watched him play vanilla. And funny enough, the story of how he got into it was Fizzle jumped into his chat. It was like, "Hey, have you tried the randomizer?" So he started playing, and then when I joined, I was just like, I watched at this point a lot of people play it on Twitch, the randomizer, and I was like, this looks fun. I'd like to learn, but like I don't know the vanilla game. I've never played the vanilla game. I should play it at least once. I got as far as Marsh when I got the message from Fizzle. Hey, would you like help learning the randomizer? Sure would, buddy. Never went back. My vanilla playthrough was 1, and I got to Marsh and I called it quits and never went back. The closest thing I ever got to playing it again was just like maybe a kind of, it was before we had improved vanilla in the randomizer, like the first seed Fizzle ever gave me just to learn kind of like vanilla spells, things like that, were turned on just so I could kind of get my bearings on things. But yeah, nah.
Improved vanilla was a goal of mine at the very beginning because I had actually tried to do that like 10 years before ever even starting the randomizer, before I was like skilled enough to complete a project, basically. So I'm glad that that finally got made.
Did you ever get it burned onto a ROM cart like you wanted to?
I mean, I have it on a flash cart, but it's not like burned onto a permanent ROM. No.
Oh, okay.
I think there's like services that will do that though.
I think so.
Yeah.
We were talking about things that we didn't know about the game, like the random locked rooms and stuff like that. I'm still finding things that I never knew about the game. Oh, I remember one of the first things was finding a third out of bounds bat. That was funny.
Oh, wow.
In Marsh. That was a couple years ago, though. No, just what I'm doing now. Barbara and I are working on getting the resource packs to be able to import custom graphics for all of the dungeons and stuff like that, and going through the various tile sets, realizing there aren't just graphics that aren't used anywhere. Like there's a technology kind of like a theme appropriate chair in the Sky Castle set that's just never used anywhere. And like there's all this furniture that never shows up. And one of the things is every single tile set has a tile ID assigned for both an unlocked door and a locked door. So really, we could have had many more locked doors than we did.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're kind of lucky that we didn't. But
So what I'm
it's
hearing is there's going to be a flag set soon that is every
all
door
locked.
is 50-50 chance. 50-50 chance to be locked. Got it.
Right.
that's been brought up before. I can't remember why I didn't do it though.
Because it sounds like garbage to play, but it's fun to watch. That's why.
Actually,
has
before we
video.
had our
I
monitor
feel that-
center,
I feel that is a fair assessment of a lot of things that are in the randomizer. More fun to
think
watch than play.
I think if we did that, we'd have to have the little X above the doors that are locked, just so that it
Yep.
isn't completely maddening. But I think that's something that was just impossible before we had our modern sanity checker.
Yeah.
But there's nothing stopping me from doing it now. So, Don't give me
Yeah, there
ideas.
is.
It's a bad time.
It's called your morals.
My what?
Oh yeah, thanks. Give him ideas.
The,
from
the,
chat.
the
No.
little voice we've all been trying to ignore for years.
That
That has
makes me
kind of
think
become
how-
a meme. The concept of giving me an idea and me dismissing it, and then the next day having it done.
I feel the kind of the compliment to your give me a crazy idea and I'll make it is I can't tell you how many times I've seen it mentioned in a race or like a Twitch chat or in the Discord somewhere. L Markin or Ale short for L Markin will have this
Yeah.
craziest idea, or he'll hear one and run straight to the dev channel, and almost not long after Ale's like, hey, is this a thing that can be made or done? I've been watching him do it for years. And then not long after that, someone like Meridian's gone in and made it. And I'm like, oh no, what have you done?
I think he's given
That's
us a
enough
lot
to
of
me to not
quote
play
unquote
the
bad
challenge sheet
ideas.
this week. Yes. Oy.
Well,
You
any
just
more
hear Ale come up
favorite?
with a crazy idea, and then it's just like a ding on the Discord notification. I'm just like, oh
Right.
no. I don't even have to look. I know where he's at.
Any more?
I don't think
favorite
DH
flags
Dome
or
is here,
stories?
but he was asking for randomized Astos for like 5 years, and then we finally did it. And it's one of the best features.
I love walking to the king and oops, it's Astos.
Yep.
Gotta reset, redo my Garland fight. Yep.
I know one. It's not one of. It's a flag that I don't mind. I like. It was something learning. Getting used to playing that I don't think we've mentioned that I know a lot of people love, or Floor and Entrance Shuffle.
Mhm.
Which, I mean, it seems just as normal as anything else to a lot of us now, but that was a wild one when it first, like, I'm sure, like, it first got kind of into playing, because I want to say around the time that that became a thing was around time I came in. It hadn't been around long, and that one threw me. Playing that for the first time was something.
That is the most amazing flag that I hated when it first came out, because I've got like spatial reasoning deficiencies or something. Like I have a really hard time navigating new maps that I see, and that just completely broke my brain. And I wanted to play it so bad because everybody else was playing Seeds of it. So that's what led me to create the first track floor entrance shuffle tracker that existed. Let me brush up on my modern JavaScript. It actually ended up being kind of a fun project, but I couldn't play a single seed of that through until I finished that tracker.
The first seed I had ever played of it was it was a lesson play and whatnot from Fizzle, and as soon as I had figured out all the entrances and I was getting my way, I deleted all my notes on accident.
Oh no!
It felt so bad. It was so bad.
I think the weirdest thing I discovered about the game while working on the randomizer was that little hallway in Castle of Ordeals that you can't access in the vanilla game. It's completely inaccessible.
Huh.
Yeah, it's the little horizontal hallway. Yeah, there's a horizontal hallway like at the bottom of that floor with all the teleporters on it. And in the vanilla game, you don't ever go there. You just never enter that area.
I've never noticed it. What?
Yeah, yeah. Because I was going through like looking at all the teleporters because I had to like write down where they all were in memory and everything so I could shuffle them. And I looked at this teleporter and I was like, this goes over here. That doesn't make any sense. Wait a minute, how do you get here? And then, oh, you don't get here. Okay. Well, let me fix that.
I didn't actually know that wasn't in vanilla.
Yeah, that teleporter is now included in the game. It never has been in the vanilla game.
Well,
Comment from chat that maybe you guys can talk about. Set RNG. That's a crazy thing. But what's to do with set
Also,
RNG?
right now, it's a brutal thing right now on this final boss, because
It's fine.
boy,
It's fine.
it's fine. We're not running. It's perfectly fine and entertaining.
it is a flag that I absolutely love when I am playing FFR my favorite way. I think it is the absolute perfect flag with co-op.
Agreed, because Jay's
It's
always faster
so
than me,
good.
and Jay can do the hard part of figuring out the boss fights, and I can just clean up behind him.
It's such a good flag with co-op. I love that flag with co-op.
It's funny that there's that emergent behavior that makes it actually a good feature instead of a horrible feature.
Well, it goes back to the co-op being a thing that you weren't sure was going to take off. And then, like, this flag works really well with this other flag.
Yeah. Just one of the 700 factorial interactions you can't account for.
Well, okay, so out of curiosity, does that 700 count, like, all the iterations of alt fiends as well?
I don't know. I think it's like the 7 different alt fiend options that can be turned on.
Jay, you're demanding math on Twitch. I'm going to have to ban you for the next 24 hours. You're asking about Factorio. No, stop.
But yeah, like, we had tried guessing one time, like, how many different, like, individual seeds were possible. And it's unlimited. It really is.
Yeah, the alt fiends are only, like, 7 of those.
Yeah. And so within those, there's 15 on each one, or whatever. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get an alt fiend with set RNG that is so bad it's got Fizzle doing a grind on the Kraken 2 floor.
As we've got right now on stream.
Yes. We're taking fights for levels on Kraken 2's floor.
I'm just looking up at that Not Safe for Work channel and going, uh-oh. But on screen, we have Odoron finishing up, getting through that Fun Dead.
GG.
Yay.
And I will say on stream or in the behind the booth here, Odoron is hanging out because they are in chat up there. So something, it's fun to get yelled at. Something, we'll talk to him in a bit.
It's very comforting to swear and be sweared at, apparently. I'm not Canadian. I don't know how that works. So.
Well, neither is he. So.
Okay, good. Then there you go. I don't know, dude.
Oh no.
Like we said
that's
earlier, we have so
what-
many Canadians. I just, at this point, assume it's a 50-50 shot that whomever we're talking about is also Canadian. So.
We're sorry.
Eh?
You know, I don't get the A thing, that people don't talk like that around here, but the apologizing thing, that's real.
Yeah.
Not everyone. We've definitely got mean people up here. Trying to choose my words carefully because we're on stream. But
I was
Very
in
nice.
Canada. I was in Canada last year on vacation, and I didn't hear a lot, but I heard there was a tour guide that we spent some time with that said "aw geez" a lot.
yeah, that's definitely a thing. I think the A thing is kind of a prairies thing,
Okay.
like Saskatchewan, Manitoba.
Yeah, we were
Those are
spending time in
words
the
that
Canadian
I've
Rockies.
heard.
Because it combines our love for our Canadian members and FFR. I think my favorite combination of the two might be how Bear says Bahamut.
I don't know if I've heard this.
Bahamut. Bahamut.
Bahamut. Well, as we're kind of coming towards the end here, I know Leaf still has Kraken, which we're kind of getting up to right now, but for the devs who are still around, anything like future plans, any ideas that you have? Like, we've talked about the last 10 years and flags that have all come up, but what does the future hold?
More proc gen. I'm gonna make more proc gen stuff eventually.
I love it. Bring it.
Perfect.
Terror is what I'm hearing as a single word answer.
The hardest thing to do is get different patches to work with each other, because have the original game code and you have all of the patches that have been written, and they've all been written by different people, and they're all in different parts of the ROM, and so some of them are well documented and some of them are less well documented, and you know, we just didn't have a standard way of doing things originally. So the hardest thing is organization, and we have like just the beginnings of a new way of how we might organize things. So hopefully that leads to a bunch of new stuff down the road. Because if you can keep things organized so you can write new code, then, you know, things are a lot easier. It's really hard right now sometimes to get different features to work with each other.
Right. We got a couple.
Are you talking about
call-outs
from an assembly standpoint or from a randomizer standpoint?
From an assembly standpoint, because like that's why the open chest thing is a little buggy, because there's like 4 different patches that all modify the treasure chest code. So I can't just write the code exactly the way I want it. I have to make it work with all the other things that are already done. So
yeah, I just noticed there's a bit of an interaction probably with the damage tile thing that I'm going to go back and look at fixing that interaction.
That must be what I was seeing, was the damage tile. Because yeah, I noticed that when people were opening chests in Sea Shrine, there was like a damage tile showing up.
That would be my first guess. I'm going to take a look at it later. But they're doing assembly patches. There was definitely at least one time when to fix an interaction with one of the other patches, I had to do something that was more, I guess, I had to do something really clever, which scares me about maintainability. Like it's not something that I was happy about having to do, but there was no other way to get it to work.
Yeah.
having to juggle stuff across bank switches and stuff. Yeah, it's a little tricky sometimes.
At one point, we had discussed using an actual assembler in the
Yeah.
randomizer and like writing all the assembly just in like actual ASM text files and having the randomizer assemble it and then patch it. But it's too hard to go back and do that for every existing patch. It would take forever to do that. So hasn't been done.
No, the whole concept of technical debt that we've accrued over so many years of people just contributing assembly patches. At least nowadays, people are documenting their assembly patches.
Yeah.
It wasn't always the case. Some really old patches are just a hex blob with no comment as to what it does.
Yeah,
And,
it's just
I've had to disassemble a few of those to see how they're working to work through an interaction that they've had. Having the randomizer assemble things would certainly solve some problems, but it is like he thought music was a lot of work. Oh boy.
Yeah, exactly.
And before we keep on, GG's to Fizzle for finishing on up.
Yeah, GG.
Hey, Fizzle! I have a button here for that. There you go.
Again, see, they're still in chat with Leaf, so we'll wait just a few moments there. But okay, so that's the future. But now the question is, what's your white whale? Is there anything that's just beyond your grasp that you really want the randomizer to do?
Until this year, it was treasure chests, but that's done now. But I mean, it did take me like 9 years to do. So,
I'll say briefly about what I have in the future. I've had like an ideas text file that I keep adding to every once in a while. It's not that long now because when I came back like 2 years ago, I did a lot of those things like the repeated heal potion use and all that stuff. There's a couple things on there that are very attainable, just haven't got around to them yet. One of my white whales is something that I did some work on. I tried to do. I don't think there's going to be any way to do it without rewriting FF1, and that's to have your HP turn red when you get below like 20% health.
oh yeah,
I really wanted to do that, but I don't think it's going to be possible.
I would love if enemies would flash when they attack you. That would be.
That was something else that was on my list for a while, and I wanted a little indicator, almost like the little numbers that come up in FF3 when you have your party members attack them. I got it to where the attacking enemy had like a little spinner on the corner of them, but it came up at the wrong time. Like, I don't know. There might be something I can do there, but it's still a long way out.
Yeah.
We have chat calling out, player seeks war mech. Wildham, go for it. And then
Oh, man.
player seeking war mech, excuse me. And then Barber calls out airship encounters.
That is.
That's the best part about the airship is there's no encounters.
There's no
I
encounters.
don't know why.
Yeah. Barbara wants Doom Gaze in the game.
Yeah.
Suddenly I'm fighting actual
Basically.
birds. I don't like it.
That
How about just flying war mech? Doom case.
flying Warmech.
The
No,
war
Warmech's
chickens
a
sprout
chicken.
wings.
Chickens can't fly.
Oh, that's fair.
I don't know. I played enough Zelda games. I think I kind of disagree.
Oh no.
Hi,
but
Fizzle.
what-
56.
What Wildham's
wow.
talking about is something I've wanted to do for a while too. Is that we did make it so that there's a little robot walking around that you can talk to engage Warmech, but I wanted to make it so that the robot would come after you and like if it walked next to you, get into a battle instead of having to talk to it.
And just to
Right,
finish up the
only-
stream. Yeah, really quick to finish up the stream here. Fizzle finishing on up. Leaf getting down there, kind of going, yeah, no, and forfeiting out. But we have both of them joining us in chat. So Fizzle, Leaf, hi.
Hi. Welcome. Sorry.
Look, Jay, you have things to answer for.
Hey, it's Odoron made this, not me.
Hey, you rolled this seed, and those enemies were awful.
Danny,
Yes,
It was
Jay rolled it.
terrible.
It's all Jay's fault.
Danny rolled the seed.
I
Yep,
just
it-
needed magic to be a little better / worse. That's all I needed.
Either one.
I needed confuse and brack and mute to be way lower level than they were.
Oy.
Well,
Yeah, we paid maybe 20% attention to the seed, other than noting that it was terrible at times. So, GG, I guess it was fun.
you paid 20% attention. What?
I think you paid more attention than I did.
Chat. That was from a runner.
I paid
Well-
very close attention to which direction people walked in the Sky Castle.
Hey, only the things that matter, right?
That's right, exactly.
Down and right
So-
is correct, isn't it?
Writing down, yeah.
Up and
Lighten
right.
up.
Yeah, up and right.
Up and right,
Up and-
for sure. It's
No.
yeah, up and right wins.
No.
See,
Right in the right, no.
I'm gonna forever from this day forward. The person who created this just agreed with me, so no one can tell me I'm wrong ever again.
I can't. Watch me.
Like I said, no
Listen.
shortage of
It's fine.
opinions.
Just keep being wrong about it.
Listen, up and right is the most correct, but as long as you don't go diagonal, okay? You can't go. You got to go
Upright,
2
upright.
in one direction and 2 in the other direction.
You don't like the steps?
No.
No.
Steps
No.
steps is
Staircase
wrong.
the best strategy.
Wheels might have an issue with that.
So
One of my
Wheels can only
favorite
move
features-
orthogonally.
One of my favorite features that no one ever enables, moving the staircase on that floor.
Oh no.
Oh, that's been
It just-
enabled many a time.
Yeah.
So
I've seen it
nobody
in one or,
likes my route
one or
through
two tournaments.
Maze.
What was the
'Cause
route through
I
maze?
definitely enjoyed going down, right, down.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Madman.
And banned from chat. Here we go.
Goodbye, friends. Goodbye forever.
Did not even know that was a strat that was possible. It never even occurred to me.
Actually, sometime on stream, I'd love to see someone just as a meme go up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right.
Takes notes.
Only to immediately pull Warmac on the Bridge of
Right.
Destiny and get immediately nuked.
We're gonna have to make that give you 30 heal pots.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be perfect.
Congratulations, you cheated and got heal pots. Now suffer a nuke. Congratulations.
But
You know, getting heal pots in
Cat
this
off the
flag set
microphone, thank you.
is kind of like a slap in the face. Here's heal pots and suffer using them.
But that was my favorite part.
Yeah, that was a fun experience, and I will forever enjoy never experiencing it ever again.
welcome to the early
But I had fun
days.
experiencing it once.
That
somebody
thing,
who's, as somebody brand new, it was fun to experience some of the old stuff, and I apologize for not being able to consistently hold my B button on that speedboat.
Oh, you're good.
it's fine.
I also feel like that's one of the many slogans we could put on a T-shirt. That was fun. Never again.
Why does everyone say
bars.
that about my flag sets?
Although I still think we need one that has what Bizzle used to always say. He and I used to joke, and we had been joking about this for years. We should go make a shirt that said like Final Fantasy Randomizer on the front, and on the back it was just gonna say it's not always this.
It's
not always like
this.
But the knot has to be crossed out with duct tape.
It's not always like this. Fine print.
Well, I know
Sometimes
what
it's
I'm doing
worse.
the marathon.
Oh, hey, Sonny kind of teed it
You're
up just a little bit. I want to move us past like all the development, everything we've done here has been great, but especially to like Introper, who's been around for the entire thing. What about like the community that's formed because of this? Did you ever think there would be like 2,500 people in a Discord? And we have yearly tournaments, we have co-op, we have leagues, we have all of this stuff going on. Like, what about all this background stuff?
I was so pleased 10 years ago when literally anyone played it. Like
Aw.
I worked on this in February, and I did just Treasure Shuffle, and like nobody played that. But then 6 months later, I did like version 0.2, and I think it was Jay Coper and Darkwing Duck and I'm not gonna remember everyone, but it was like 4 people did a race of it, and I watched that, and I was like, this is the most incredible thing. And just when the community was literally 4 people, so the fact that it's 2,500 is just amazing. And a couple years ago, I got to go to Speed Gaming Live and meet a whole bunch of you all in person, some of you who are here right now, and that was awesome. Like sitting in the hotel room and like your randomizer is up on the big TV and people are playing it like live in front of you. That was like, I never thought that would ever happen. That was really cool. That was like one of the times. No, yeah. That was one of the times in my life where I was like, hey, I did something.
As one of the people that was at the dinner you mentioned, we were all freaking out that we got to have dinner with you.
I think we can give a big thank you to Entroper.
Oh yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So much so that we still all get real giddy when we get to have dinner with you the couple of times we have since then. And like here in recently when people have come or like we do the marathon, I know I had briefly mentioned someone after SG because I know we spoke about how you said you might try to make it to the marathon one day, and they were like, "Oh, please tell me come. We want to meet him." Like you are the one person in the Discord that like everyone. I mean, all of us. Like you are the reason we all get to be here. So like everyone like you show up and you do a thing, or you doing this tonight. We're all incredibly grateful for. Love getting like talk to you and that. Or to hang out with you, or like, when we get to do things like that. So, I mean, like I said, none of this would have happened. None of us would be here. None of us would know each other. None of us would be the friends that we are, have the community that we have. If you hadn't looked at a real old video game and went, let's make that real different. And we're all real thankful for it.
Well, thank you so much. That's really it's incredible to see everyone, coming together. And like I said, I probably wouldn't have gotten very far doing this if people hadn't shown up and started playing it like way back in the early days. So yeah, I mean every time more people join, it's just more it's more merriment, more ideas, more implementations. Like obviously most of the features in the randomizer now aren't even my features at this point. So it's also been just awesome that so many people have wanted to contribute so much to this game.
And Danny kind of mentioned a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and hit fade here, but if you are around or anything, we do have our summer marathon getting ready to come on up. Danny Fizzle, you want to shout out a little bit? What's the marathon about? What are we doing here? Putting you on spot.
Suffer.
Oh no, Mecklin's playing the marathon command in chat. That's gonna have such old info. Needs updated. Thanks for the reminder. No, the marathon is one of the ideas that came about with the administration here. We had the Twitch channel. We wanted to do something good with it, and that's basically where our marathons came from. And it was just like the randomizer with the changes that have been made to it. It was a crazy idea that kind of got thrown out there. Hey, let's see if this is possible. Let's see if it's a thing to do. And everyone jumped in and worked to make it possible, worked to, make them happen and supported them. And not only does our community continuously support our marathons, but we have countless other communities now who have joined and participate and support our marathon, so much so that we're about to have our second live in-person marathon this June. And we announced it during our last marathon in December, but since our first marathon in June of 2022, we've raised over $50,000 for charity. So it just speaks to the amazing people that are here, the other communities that we partner with, do a lot of amazing work, and the time and the effort that are put into those, incredibly grateful. It's one of my favorite things we do here, along with, I know Sarah mentioned in chat, our new player program. Love seeing new people come in every year and go through that. So we do have actually the Duckling Derby coming up starting next week. We have submissions for the next marathon go live next month. It's two fantastically fun, great things that we have that our community does on top of not that are part of the that FFR is a part of. But yeah, I said things, Jay. Your turn.
You did amazing. You did amazing.
Thank you.
But yeah, just things that wouldn't exist without the community, which wouldn't exist without the randomizer. So like, just not necessarily going back to all the sappiness, but the fact that this thing exists, and then the fact that all of us went, that looks fun, and then found the community. It's a great thing.
Yeah, and again, this wouldn't exist either in my brain without Zelda Randomizer, and without Feasel doing his speed runs, and obviously creating the speed gaming organization, and everything that that's done. So yeah, all of this is just incredible. It's been the result of so many different people's input.
But I think that's a good note to maybe go around the room one last time if there's anything you guys want to shout out, anything that's going on through it. So I'm going to just work my way from the bottom up here and ignore crew here for a second. Odoron, you kind of crafted these flags. Yeah, sorry, Sonny. you kind of crafted these flags. You made this madness. What are your thoughts about everything?
I kind of really did enjoy how the early game showed more of the early days. Like, we couldn't go certain ways, we were blocked off everywhere, and then as we got further into Seed, we could see all the different changes and everything. So on that side of things, I think the flags worked. The encounters and everything inside the flags, that's a different story.
Deflection!
The flags worked, except for what didn't, and I can blame Danny for that one. Meridian, thoughts?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of thoughts with the flags because I wasn't subjected to. Had to run it. But I'm so grateful to everyone who makes this community possible. Sorry, I had things I wanted to say and I forgot it. When I first came here, or I should say, when I first heard about the randomizer, I knew that I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I knew that I had to be a part of it somehow. And when I first came here, I had never written a single line of assembly code in my life, and I only had like limited managed language experience, like Java and C# and stuff. So if you have the desire to learn, like, people around here will help you figure out stuff that you're trying to figure out in order to contribute. So if you have any interest, just come by and ask a few questions and see if you might be interested in helping out, because all of us have had the experience, except for Entrepreneur, that we hear about this thing and we just think, oh wow, somebody did that. I want to contribute some bit to it, and it's only because of so many people doing that we have the amazing community that we have now. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Nice. Fizzle.
Thank you for the flags. Thank you all for all the flags. Thank you for the flags, all of the flags, all flags in all situations, even not this one.
Everyone hide.
And if you
Never.
want some flags but not other flags, consider joining the Duck Derby, or Spring League after that, or the Marathon after that, or Co-op after that, or the Duckling Rally after that, or the Fall Tournament after that, or SG Live after that, or the AP Tournament after that, or the Winter Marathon after that. We have variety, dang it, and we are not afraid to flex it.
I can't.
Boy,
tell
did
if
I
he's-
flex it.
Can't tell if he's done or
I
if
don't
that's
think
just a
I
pause
heard
for
a
breath.
single breath in the middle of that.
So, someone check on Fizzle afterwards. He's passed out on the floor.
2 days
Leaf.
ago, I could have, but I don't know what to tell you now.
Leaf, what are your thoughts on it?
As our duckling representation here, this flag set was rude and very, very difficult to order on. But I had a blast. I had a blast experiencing new things. I had a blast experiencing old things. And if you enjoyed what you saw, blame Odoron. And if you want to do something more sane, I agree with Fizzle. Join us for the Duck Derby. I think you can still. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can still sign up. We've already closed the
Yes.
race timings, but the people can still join for
Correct.
like a week.
Yeah, schedule is set, but you can still join up until the first race.
And as somebody who really got into this because they have too much obsession with Randomizer in general and want to add yet another one to the collection, I've been enjoying learning. And as somebody who helped participate in the last marathon several times over, if you play a randomizer and you want to get showcased and you want to help charity, look into the marathon.
Beautiful.
I played 4 different games for marathon, none of which were this one. So
And we love
And
everyone.
now Leaf is stuck here.
yeah, and now I played a door randomizer seed for it, and now I'm lost and I can't get out.
Oh. Franklin, thoughts? Franklin?
Nope.
Paging.
I think Franklin's been having some issues.
Yeah.
My computer did the thing where it said it was unmuted again, even though it wasn't.
Nice.
I've been here a little over a year, been programming for the randomizer a little under a year. And it's great. I look forward to keeping this alive, hopefully as long as I stay alive. It's a great thing.
Beautiful.
A noble goal.
All right.
The randomizer is a goonie, it'll never die.
Not if we keep growing it to over 700 flags, it won't. But Introper, the person who started it all, thoughts?
I want to echo what Meridian said about never having written a line of assembly code. That was also me, even like a year or two into the randomizer, because I was just moving bytes around in a ROM. And once I found the disassembly and I was just reading it constantly, after about 6 months, something clicked in my brain and I was like, oh, I can understand this now. It's like a language that I can program in, and I was suddenly able to do a whole bunch more stuff. So, yeah, I realized pretty early on, as Nits and Meridian and some others were contributing, that the most important thing for the randomizer was to make it as easy as possible for people to contribute. So that became my main focus, and I think that's what made it such a successful randomizer, because features got added so much faster than I could have done on my own. So yeah, just thank you to everyone who's contributed, and if you want to contribute, you can. You can, even if you don't know how to write assembly code at all, if you've never seen it in your life, like, that doesn't matter. You can learn.
That is a threat.
Because we all did. None of us were NES programmers in the 1980s, you know? Absolutely. So it's something that all of us learned.
But there are also
Yeah.
things that can be contributed to that have nothing to do with learning assembly programming.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, when I jumped in, I still haven't touched the assembly code itself other than like the hex values for the music. But on the programming side, no new code to the game directly, only through the very nicely set up levels of abstraction to change stats of things. I mean, I did have to use C#, which I didn't know how to use, but that's a different thing. It's a lot easier to learn C# than it is to learn assembly.
One of my favorite
At
comments.
least,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
at least if you are familiar with Java.
I feel it goes along with the conversation. Now, one of my favorite comments, I don't remember if it's from maybe Live Rebooter or it's in chat, that said, one of the reasons why the game is so easily programmable is that Nasir's, programming was held together by duct tape and Werthers. So, like, if that sounds like fun to tinker with, come on in.
But all right, for the co-conspirators here in the booth, Sonny, anything you want to say about this craziness?
Now I'm remembered? Okay.
Yeah. I told you I'd get to you in a second. It wasn't a pause.
Hilariously, I am, I think, probably in about the same boat as Leaf, technically, where I won't say I'm new. I've been here technically just before Jay. I don't want to count the years. But the amount of community niceness I see from the front end from someone who's not involved with the development or the administration or sorry, Otteron, yes, well played. Just some sucker who happens to be here and enjoys playing a game he's very, very bad at. It's and Troper and everyone else, you've all managed to build a very good community that's quite fun to be part of, even for someone that doesn't like being around other people like I do. So, well done, everyone. I look forward to the nonsense we're all going to get to going into the future. And my cat's trying to kill things. Bye.
The cat. And Danny. Take us on out, Danny.
Oh, FFR was a thing that never in a million years could you have been like, hey, this is the thing you're gonna do, and I'd have laughed at you. Because what is even that? And then I joined, and I tracked, but I was never gonna race, and then I raced, and then I was never gonna do comps, and I did that. It was a lot of never have I ever's coming to a drastic change very quickly. But it's also not just a game that I've grown to love, but it is a community where I found friends, and I found a lot of which are now like family. I've found love. I've found a home here, and I'm incredibly grateful for all the people who, whether it was 7.5 years ago when I joined, who were around then, who are still around now, who are around now that weren't then, that I've crossed paths with, because all of you in some way, shape, or form have made this place what it is, and I am incredibly grateful for that.
I don't know if we can
So
do much better than that. Yeah.
So here's hoping we're all still around in 10 more years, and then we can talk about all the things that have been developed and we've done, and have another one of these.
See, we'll be
Yeah, I
the
can make
favorites
more
around,
terrible flags.
And Phoenix will be playing from a nursing home, and we'll be good.
Got him.
But I don't want to say that I can speak for everyone on here, but for everyone listening, for everyone watching, for everyone who's made this thing what it is over the last 10 years, just thank you. There's really not much else to say. That's going to do it for our stream tonight. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for watching. As has been called out about a dozen times tonight, we've got everything ready for you. Feel free to come join the Discord, come grab a spectator role, come just hang out, play in the off-topic channels, chat with all of us, come play in the tournaments, play the Duckling Derby, or just watch the marathon, watch the streams, and just be with us all. But that is it for tonight. It's been great to hang out with all of you all. We are done. See ya.